Assalamu alaikum and good day to all my students. My name is Abdul Aziz and I am your course leader for BADB 3023 Business Research Methods. In this video clip, I would like to say a few words about our syllabus as well as what I expect you to do to earn your carry marks for this semester. First of all, we should ask ourselves, what is research? Basically, research is a process of creating new knowledge based on empirical evidence. Knowledge is what you believe to be true. I'm sure you realize that some knowledge that we have can be substantiated with hard evidence. We can see, we can touch, we can smell the things around us to help us believe that something is true. Knowledge based on empirical evidence is also known as scientific knowledge. However, there are also knowledge that are not based on empirical evidence. Things that we believe but we cannot see or touch. For example, belief in God, belief in the hereafter, belief in heaven and hell, superstitions, feng shui, bad luck and good luck. In this course, we will only concentrate on the creation of scientific knowledge which is based on empirical evidence. The entire research methods syllabus will focus on how we carry out the process of research. The first step of doing research is to identify a phenomena. And within that phenomena, we identify issues in which there are opposing arguments as to what is the answer to the problems that is raised in that phenomena. In the second phase of a research process is what we call a preliminary data gathering, or sometimes it is called literature review. In the literature review, our activities are to identify theories, concepts, frameworks, and relevant research that has been done previously that is related to the phenomena and the issue and the question that we have raised in our research. Hopefully, by reading literature, by reading published articles, we will be able to have a better understanding of the phenomena. Hopefully, by reading literature, we will be able to formulate a better research question, to identify the scope of our research, to identify concepts, variables, and theories to help us better understand how to go about doing the research. What is important is to identify the research question clearly, to identify objectives to our research, and to come up with possible answers to our research. In the third step of doing research, we come up with what we call a theoretical framework. Theoretical framework basically is to describe what our research is about, right? We formulate our research question, we come up with possible answers to our research, which we call hypothesis, we come up with our objectives. So that would be the third phase of, or the third step of doing research. The fourth step of doing research is what we call research design. Once we have done our theoretical framework, we've illustrated it in a diagram form, we come up with a blueprint or a plan as to how we are going to carry out our research. In research design, we will determine what data we are supposed to collect, what is the source of our data, whether it's primary data or secondary data, whether we're going to do a longitudinal study or a cross-sectional study, what will be our sample size, who will be our respondents, right? Who will be the subject of our study. We will also identify the method of picking out the sample. We will also decide on our measurement instrument, right? How are we going to collect our data? And so that would be the phase we call research design. Once we know what we are going to do, we collect our data. That would be the fourth phase of research, which is data collection and data analysis. The fourth step of doing research is data collection and data analysis. By implementing the research design and by using the measurement instruments that we've developed in our research design, we collect our data and we do our analysis. If we are doing a quantitative study, then we make use of statistics. But if we use qualitative methods, then we use some other means in which we can identify concepts based on our data. In the final step of doing research, which is our conclusion, we reiterate our research question, our research objectives, our hypothesis, and with the use of the data that we have analyzed, we come up with our conclusion, which is to determine whether our hypothesis has some truth to it based on the evidence that we have collected, and we make our conclusion. So basically, those are the 5 steps of doing research, the process. Number 1 is to identify the phenomena. Number 2 is to do preliminary data gathering, which is literature review. And then we come up with our theoretical framework, and then our research design, and then we do our data collection and our data analysis, and we come up with our conclusion. Basically, in our business research method syllabus, we will cover all the steps of a research process. We will identify phenomena. Right? We will learn how to identify phenomena and to identify what is an issue, right? And how do we argue about issues. And then we will learn about how to carry out literature review. We will then also learn how to formulate theoretical frameworks and to come up with hypotheses, different types of hypothesis format. We will learn about research design, how to identify the different ways in which we can design a research process. And then we will also learn how to collect data, how to analyze the data that we have collected, and make conclusions. And so we will learn all the skills and the concepts involved in doing a complete research process. The next thing I want to talk about is our coursework. Basically, there are 2 components to our coursework. Number 1 are the quizzes. There will be 2 quizzes that you will have to sit for this course. Each quiz is worth 10%, and you will be given 1 hour to complete each quiz. So 2 quizzes, 20%. And then the second component of your carry marks is a group assignment. I expect you to form a group of 2, 3 or 4 people in a group, maximum 4 people and minimum 2 people, and I will give you possible topics, right? You decide within your group what topic would you like to choose, and you are supposed to carry out a complete research from identifying the phenomena all the way to conclusion. But your assignment will be divided into 3 parts. The first part is the introduction, which is to talk about the phenomena, the issues, and also the literature review, right? So you will have to report on the relevant literature that is related to your topic. Then the second part is you're supposed to submit your theoretical framework and your research design. And then the third part is for you to collect your data, do your data analysis, and to write your conclusion. So each of the parts is worth 10%. So your assignments are worth 30% because each of the parts are worth 10%, and you have 2 quizzes. Each quiz is 10%, so that will be 20%. So your carry marks will be 50%, and your final exam will also be 50%. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, please post your questions in Unique, right? Where I've already created a forum where you can ask any questions related to this course. So ask me about the assignments, ask me about the quiz, right? Anything related to the concepts and the theories and things that you need to know about this course. And inshallah, I will try to answer your questions as soon as possible. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum and good day.